Hey everyone, Dan at Ochiko Bushcraft. Well, in 2022, more than 3 million people were forced to evacuate their homes because of natural disasters. In other words, they had to bug out. Over 3 million in 2022. So what I am doing is a 72-hour bug out. Now, if you live on the East Coast, the Southeast, there's hurricanes. In the Midwest, you've got tornadoes. Out here where I'm at, we've got wildfires. There's earthquakes, floods, just all kinds of natural disasters that could happen. And the fact that over 3 million people had to evacuate their homes last year, again, essentially bug out, makes this a very real possibility that everyone should be prepared for. You should have your gear, you should have a plan with a place to go to if such a natural disaster comes upon you. So this is all of my camping / bug out gear. Now, in most scenarios, at least I know around here, when wildfires are coming, they'll knock on your door and say you've got 30 minutes or 1 hour, depending on how close it is, to evacuate. Get your stuff together, get it in your vehicle, and get out of here. Everything that's in my truck I can load in 15 minutes or less. I have packs that are always ready to go. My bushcraft pack, my camping pack, my day pack, they're always right inside the door. I can throw them in the truck and be gone in basically 2 or 3 minutes. I have a very, very large bug out evacuation bag, and then I got my camping gear, and they're all just sitting right there at the door. So over the next 72 hours, I am basically going to bug out, assume some kind of scenario happened, maybe a wildfire. I was told to evacuate. My second home is here in the Ochiko Mountains. I know of numerous isolated spots where I can get away from camps and other people, and I'm in just such a place. I've never ever encountered other people in here before in this area that I'm in. It's very isolated, so it's great for me to spend the next 72 hours. So video number one, let's talk about the gear that I have that I would be taking. Okay, first of all, I got a shoulder bag. This is basically what I would take whenever I'm out for a day hike, if I'm patrolling, scouting, whatever. It's got all the stuff in it that I would need to stay for a couple days in an emergency. So that's loaded, ready to go. I throw it in the truck. Then I have my bushcraft pack. Anytime I go to the woods, my bushcraft pack goes with me. Usually I'll park somewhere and then just take off, up a draw or down into a canyon, spend a day or two, and this is my bushcraft pack. It has stuff to stay overnight. So I've got my tarp, sleeping pad, there's a blanket in there, food for a couple days, all my bushcraft gear to build shelter, fire, and everything. So again, it's sitting inside my house, ready to go at all times, so it goes in the truck. This is what I call my camping pack. Again, like all my other packs and gear, it's right inside my house, ready to go at all times. When I know that I'm going to be doing a camp out, but I'm going to be close to my vehicle, this goes in the truck, because this has a lot of heavy gear in it. It's basically a vehicle camping pack when you're not going to walk very far. If I'm going to be within, say, a half mile or so of my vehicle, because I have in here a big stainless steel fry pan, I have a grill, I have salt and pepper and different types of condiments, I have utensils for cooking, I have a 64-ounce bushcraft pot. So basically all my cooking stuff is in here. This thing is loaded with cooking stuff. It's got several days supply of food. It's got a big heavy-duty first aid kit. I've got my axe on the side of this pack. I've got my big Agawa saw, so I can really saw some, big long logs and do a long fire. I'm again talking about a vehicle camp for a couple days. And I've just got extra gear. I've got a shovel on the bottom for digging out myself a fire pit, assuming I'm going to stay for several days. So all three of these, they go into the truck immediately if I have to leave. That's, you know, basically 2 trips to the truck and I'm gone in 2 to 3 minutes. And this stuff here would set me up real nice. I've also got my swagman roll in here and a wool blanket on the bottom. So I'm really good, really well set up. Okay. A few extra items that I have. If you can read the label on that, but it's UPWOIGH. Upwoi? I have no idea. I saw it on Amazon. This is the first time I've had this out. I've had some of the big blue containers out before, 5 gallons. This is 6. And I wanted to get something that blended in with the environment. So there's a spout that screws on this side. It's got a handle here and a handle here. So I set this up, I'll put my spout on. I got 6 gallons of water, which I'll use for cleaning my hands, cleaning dishes. I'm very close, walking distance to a small creek, so I can refill my water as needed. I can throw everything in the truck, because I got some things I'll be showing you later on, and go fill up as needed. But ready to go right off the bat. Water bottles in all of my packs. 6 gallons of water here, gallon of water behind the seat of the truck, more water riding next to me, so I'm good. And then again, the creek. I also have a small, this is my small chainsaw. It sits right by my garage door, so I just grabbed it and threw it in the truck. Battery's only going to last so long, but it's going to get me started. On the first couple days, I'm going to saw some big logs, have a bunch of firewood ready to go. When the battery is used up, if I have to stay longer, I'll start using my handsaw. Day 1, when I have to get everything set up and there's a lot more work involved, this is just going to make life easier. Besides that, you should always carry a saw on your belt, right? Big old sleeping bag. This one's good down to about 10 degrees. I throw on my swagman roll or something as I get in here, and then I'm good to well below 0. So I like big oversized sleeping bags. Again, it's right inside my garage door for when I go vehicle camping. So everything in less than 15 minutes is in the truck and I'm gone. A few other things. I have a small little air mattress in my big bug out bag, my evacuation bag we'll call it. But when I know I'm going, I have one of those big monster Thermarest Mondo King, just because I don't like to wake up with a sore back. But it's not necessary. I've used just the little ground pad on the bottom of my pack before. I've used my small air mattress. This is by the door, so it went in the truck. Absolutely not necessary at all, but again, because my camping gear is all by the garage door, and so if I have to evacuate, my camping gear is going in the truck, because basically I'm going camping. That's what I'm going to do until I can come home. So this is a folding chair, and folding table. This is brand new, haven't used it yet. Timber Ridge aluminum table. This will be the very first time I've ever used it. Place to prep my food without ants getting in it. Thought it would come in handy. So now, what you've all been waiting for. This is the Mojo bag from Voodoo Tactical. It is a monster duffel bag. I mean, this thing is huge, and it's heavy. I got it packed. Big monster duffel bag. It actually has shoulder straps tucked in on the bottom, so you can put it over your shoulder and walk with it. But I wouldn't do it very far. because it'd be uncomfortable. So let me move this over a bit. This is my evacuation pack. It is designed to add to my backpack. So in the event of an emergency, again, 3 million people last year plus, throw my packs in the truck. This supplements it. This keeps me out here for a long, long time. So I'm not going to go over everything, but let me give you some of the ideas of stuff I have in here. So Voodoo Tactical costs about 120 bucks. Pockets all the way around the outside. Water shoes for getting in the creek, bathing, wearing when I'm in a shower, when I get up at night, so forth. Okay, this is a big deal. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of videos over the next 3 days. So this is a power bank. Got a power bank in here, which is going to charge my camera 6 times. I've got extra cordage. I've got several extra cords for various things that I have with me, like an emergency weather band radio. I've got a couple of those. This light, the M5, which is absolutely crazy bright and has a strobe on it. Couple thousand lumens will charge off my power bank. So this is a big part of keeping everything running while I'm out here for a while. I have a small Bible, wilderness medicine, and just because it's fun to look at, I've been through it multiple times and done most of the stuff in it, but little ultimate survival guide reading material. Down in this pocket, I've also got powdered milk, powdered Gatorade, emergency drink mix. I've got stuff to drink for weeks, just bags and bags of drinking stuff. And I've got a couple different lamps. I have one that's solar power charged. This one will charge off the power bank, and I can just, it has a magnet on it, so I can take it with me if during the night I need to load up and leave, or I need to get something out of the truck or something. This has a magnet on it, so I can take it with me and move it around wherever I need to. It's got a charging cord, plus you can charge off of it, and I'll hang it in my tent tonight. It has a little hanger. I've got a couple different styles of those shoved in there. Here's another one. This one's solar powered, like so. Hygiene. I've got wilderness wash, camp suds, all biodegradable soaps that I can use out here. I can shower for the next several months if I need to, or bathe in the stream because this is biodegradable, and keep myself clean. And Sea to Summit pocket shower. Now, by the way, this big box back here, this is always in my vehicle no matter what, and it's got tarps, rope, cordage, all the fluids, oil, transmission fluid, power steering fluid, radiator, all the fluids are in there, tools are in there. A big full-size 5-gallon black plastic shower that you can hang up. And then I've also got this little pocket shower, which I will hopefully use tomorrow morning, hang up from a tree. So again, I'm taking care of hygiene while I'm out here. Don't know how long it'll be. Don't want to get too ripe. One of the things I do when I'm going through big stores like Walmart, I go by the travel section and I just grab 2 or 3 times every time I go through. And I have this big box at home of travel items. So I mean, down in here I've got deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, razors, different types of body powder, floss, Aspercream, just tons of stuff out of the travel section, lotion, healing lotions, again, Gold Bond body powder, all kinds of toothbrushes, stuff to just keep going. If I have to evacuate and I end up at a motel or something, you know, and I can use all this as needed out here. More hygiene stuff down in here, hand wipes, more toothbrushes, more things that are just shoved in this pocket. This is like a medical kit that I've put together. I bought some empty pill bottles and filled them all. Meclizine, moxicillin, this is actually fish mox, but it works just as well. Diphenhydramine, loperamide, that's diarrhea, and ibuprofen. So, you know, different types of infections, antihistamines, diarrhea, motion sickness, whatever. All the bases are covered here. Just a bunch of cordage, extra cordage shoved down in here, parachute cord. Little pouch here. I have some extra flashlights, a couple of them, different ones. Just, you never know when you'll need extra lights. And I don't like having empty pockets on this thing. Bank line over here, big spool of bank line, so I got lots of extra cordage. There's some pouches up on top, and then we'll go to the other side and then we'll get inside. Up here in this top pouch, I got a whole package of lighters, some matches, windproof, waterproof matches, so getting fire going is not going to be a problem. I've got a couple Esbit stoves in my backpacks. So as you'll, let's see here. So I have a ton of extra tablets. So I can use my Esbit stove multiple times a day for a couple of weeks with this combined. It's what in my pack, and just use my Esbit stove if for some reason I couldn't have a fire. I intend on adding a small propane stove shortly. We'll come back to that. Got a trauma pack shoved down in here. Biodegradable wipes. This one has tea tree oil and things in it, so if I start to get some fungus going on and, you know, need to take care of that. Here's another brand, biodegradable large wet wipes. And I have toilet paper, towel, washcloth, and everything in here. I can hook up my shower and clean, or I can just do a quick wash with this stuff. Okay, and I'll be using this shortly and go over it with you. I bought this last year, little Bassport tent. Really like it, so that's what I threw in the bag. So I've got my shelter for the night. I'm not gonna mess around with the mosquitoes and ants and everything that's out here. I'm gonna throw up this nice little tent. I'll review that. That'll be the next video. When I get done with this, we're gonna pick a location for camp, set up the tent. Got a pillow in here, extra clothing, extra little mattress. If I don't have my big one, which was just a luxury item, this is the one that I use as part of the kit. Have a little pad, or not really pad, I guess it's kind of like a ground sheet to go under the sleeping bag. Complete set of clothing, more underwear, socks, pants, shirts, all of that stuff is down in here. Tons of food. I love milk, so I've got milk. I've got Carnation breakfast drink. I've got breakfast cereals. This bag is completely shoved full of Mountain House meals. There's more meals in each one of the packs. Mosquito net, if I would need that. Extra socks. Long johns. This is more of a luxury item, and I'll do a review on this in the future, but it's a parachute hammock. It's just something when I'm out here camping, because I use this bag when I go camping too. I love to put up between two trees and relax in a hammock, so it stays in there. More food, more milk, more cereal, more Carnation instant breakfast. I have one battery powered AM/FM radio with weather band in my big camping pack, and I also have a larger one in this bug out bag. This one has the solar panel, the hand crank, and the batteries, and it has a reading light, which I like because I set this next to me in the tent. Use my reading light to read with. And then I have we'll tune this in later. I know I can get weather band up here. I just got to extend the antenna and get to the right place.
Level 4,500 feet after midnight. Past winds northwest 10 to 15 miles an hour.
So there's my weather alert. So I can follow the news. Like I said, this is battery, wind up, and solar. Plus I've got another one. So I've got no problem in staying informed of when it's safe to go home. This gives me a little flashlight on the back of it, as does the other one. And my power bank has a flashlight on it. This has emergency SOS, which I don't want to beep right now because it will be heard for miles, and if there is someone out here, they might come looking. The other thing I like about this is it has a button right here. It says light, and another button that says auto. When I put this on auto, now see that it shut off? Now watch. See the movement? It's a motion sensor. So the brand on this is Foss Power. I found it on Amazon, and that's really cool. I like that because if you put this on auto, your light will shut off. You can set this like right outside your tent or your shelter, and the light will be off. And if something walks by or flies by or whatever, that light's going to come on. So if you're a light sleeper and you see the light come on, you know that something's moved outside your tent. So again, since I'm on a bug out, listening AM/FM weather band, I'm going to catch news on what's going on, whether I need to move, if I'm safe right here, if it's okay to get back home. Plus, of course, I have the radio in my truck. And I need to mention that, guys, in addition to this stuff here, my truck has a big first aid kit. It has a trauma kit. It has several days supply of emergency food bars. It has a water purification kit, a fire starting kit, tools, etc. So my truck is fully equipped in addition to all of this. I'm good to stay out here for a long, long time. And that's without hunting, fishing, or trapping, which, you know, if things were really bad, I could do. But we're talking, again, a realistic scenario. Over 3 million people had to evacuate because of natural disasters. Most of them were back home within a few days, some a week or two. I've got everything I need to just stay out here, camp, take care of hygiene, take care of food, whatever, in all of the stuff that I've showed you guys. The cool thing is I keep everything either by the garage door or the house door. So if someone said leave, I loaded the truck in under 15 minutes and was gone. So this is video number 1, guys. This is the gear for my 72-hour bug out. Next thing we need to do is find a place to set up camp.